Chaos down here, and Mr. Burke's going to sue someone for assault, I can assure you of that.
Oh, well, that happens every year, Brian.
Yeah, it does. It's just
well, when they turn for home, 250 out, 4 of them across the track. Any of the 4 could have won. And it was just that lunge right on the post after Falante again fought back on the rail, but Saintly just put his beak out right near the line, and he's gained the day. But
you're right.
A great race.
Brian, I'm going to try and get hold of John Hawkes and see what might happen with Octagonal now, but Mickey Dittman's just got a bigger smile on his face you've ever seen in your life as he goes past us here.
See how you go with him.
I'll see if I can get Hawksy.
Okay, well, we'll go across to Johnny Hawkes now. Octagonal, officially 5th. Yes, Brian?
Yes, I'm just going for... I'm being led around by Mr. Burke here now, trying to find Hawksy, but...
Moving in.
Okay, we'll leave it there. They're moving in Brisbane. This is SSS The Good Sports. Here we go.
He got a bit far back, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, but he ran a super race, and Darren thought about 3 from home that he was going to be half a chance, but he might have just pitted out the last little bit. But then in saying that, he was probably giving him 15 lengths 4 from home. He's only got beat about 3 lengths. So,
yeah, so plans continue on to Flemington?
Well, I mean, you never make decisions race day, but we'll just take him home and just see how he pulls up. I have to talk to Jack and Bob Ingham, but far from disappointed. And the bottom line is we owe this horse. He owes us nothing.
That's true.
Exactly.
That's a fine statement. I think you're pretty well spot on. Thanks, Wayne.
Thank you.
There we go. This is SSS The Good Sports. Okay, race number 6, Brisbane, is the final leg of the treble.
Right on, they're off and running now, breaking a beautiful line. Pearl Prince down on the inside, Brackenbury and Toil away quickly with Scenic Royale. Dancing Sun and Sir Boom wide are out with Matsqui when they settle into stride, and Sober Suit is the widest runner. Sorting themselves out, and Dancing Sun is quickly going to take up the running now. Dancing Sun has crossed over to lead from Sober Suit up 2nd. Pearl Prince 3rd from Brackenbury, and Sir Boom is 5th out 3 deep from Kidman's Cove. Inside Toil now, they're followed by Scenic Royale. Matsqui 4 wide but pushing forward 2 to Lockray, 1.5 buzz off. Then Catalan opening, Simple as That, and 2 or 3 of the last 2 down the back, and they are Darbass, who's over on the inside of another one, just covered up at the moment as they get in the back, and that's Shame. 950 metres to go now. The leader Dancing Sun, 3/4 in front of Sober Suit, 2 to Sir Boom 3rd, a half Pearl Prince 4th, 1 to Brackenbury, Matsqui out 3 deep, 2 to Kidman's Cove being niggled at. Scenic Royale quickly went around it. In the middle, Toil, 2 to Lockray, 2 or 3 buzz off. Then Catalan opening a mile back from Simple as That, Shame, and Darbass last of all. The leaders down at the east inside the 600. Sober Suit got up to Dancing Sun. 2 further back running 3rd in the race, Sir Boom. 1 to Scenic Royale coming into it now 4th, and then further back Brackenbury. Lockray and Buzz off with a late run around the outside from Toil and Kidman's Cove. Shame a mile back nearing the turn. Sober Suit and Dancing Sun, and Scenic Royale is joining them quickly now. Scenic Royale ranges up now to hit the front. Lockray is after it on the outside, followed by Brackenbury. The leader Scenic Royale from Lockray on the outside, slowly getting to it. Lockray reaches Scenic Royale. Lockray's got its head in front, ducked in a little bit. Lockray scores from Scenic Royale. 2 away, 3rd buzz off, just in front of Sir Boom. Then further back Dancing Sun, Brackenbury, Sober Suit. Simple as That from Shame out wide. Then Matsqui, a gap in the race, Toil, Pearl Prince, Darbass. Then Kidman's Cove, and tailed off the highs and lows of racing. Last of all, Saintly stablemate, Catalan opening.
12 Lockray, 1980 and 560. 5 Scenic Royale, 230. 8 buzz off, 340.
Number 12, Lockray on the Super Tab, 1520, 490. Number 5, Scenic Royale, 210. And number 8 for 3rd, Buzz Off to pay 360.
And 3rd 8, Buzz Off, 12.58. 12.58 here. Lockray getting up to Scenic Royale, which hit the front when they turned. And Lockray has moved up. They got in a little close, but Lockray just a wee bit too strong going down to the line. In actual fact, Scenic Royale has come out a tad at about the 100-metre mark, and Lockray too strong. They've got him up on his feet, Lockray, and he probably needed that run last start when he's heavily back, because he'd missed a run, as I mentioned this morning, back on the 5th of October, when he's pulled out from that heavy track at Flemington Turnbull Day. And he's got in. He's got in here. Numbers are 12, 5 and 8. 12, 5 and 8 here. Catalan opening a shocker, ran last.
Right, the last Melbourne.
Okay, this is SSS The Good Sports, repeating there, 12, 5 and 8 in Melbourne.
In the last, they've run another record there. We've got the Quinella there for you, but around the wrong way. We've gone Scenic Royale from Lockray. Anyway, the last here, scratchings at 13, 17 and 18. Now, the rider for Cherentessa?
Cherentessa was Stevie King.
Stevie King, number 4 on the last, Steve Kin, and Eddie Wilkinson on number 16, Parketry. Just waiting on the totes. We'll have them shortly. Lockray running a new record here today. He's by Scenic from Spring Serenade, raced by Ron and Dorothy Cook, trained by Jim Mason. Well done, Jim, and ridden by Greg Hall, number 12. He, of course, is the Science Produce winner. Had all sorts of problems, but they got him up to win the Waterford Crystal. And that's good news. Ronnie Cook's down there now at the moment with Brian Blackburn. Mobiletronics taking you trackside.
That's right. We've got Ronnie here with us now. Congratulations, Ronnie.
Thanks, Bill.
Well, there were excuses for him in the Tourette, weren't there?
Oh, yes, he needed the run.
And you always told me he was one of your best, and that's proved it today.
Oh, there's a bit more to come yet.
Okay, good on you, mate.
Thanks.
We'll have Jim Mason for you in a second. Ron just had to go out onto the track there, Brian, to lead the horse back in.
Yeah, Catlin Abling's run tailed off there, Brian.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So something's obviously gone badly amiss there.
Yeah, so the highs and lows.
Yeah.
Have a look at him as he comes past. You might get Roy to have a look at him too. He's back there with a Clark there.
Okay, we'll do that. Jimmy Mason's with us here now. Congratulations, Jim.
Thank you.
They're all starting to fit together now, isn't it?
Well, I've been lucky. I've been very lucky. You know.
Oh, do you call winning a Caulfield Cup in a race like this being lucky?
Oh, well, they're class horses. You know, they're always sort of gauged our spring horses, and the fact they're firing is good. And he's been hard, like his last run. He went 3 weeks in between runs. That start of Flemington probably, you should have had that run. But he had that last week's run only 2 weeks apart. So it's, Is it a relief? Oh, with this horse, definitely, because he was such a boom 2-year-old, and you've got to these horses have got to win, don't they?
Yeah, well, he did have his problems, didn't he? It was well documented, and I know Ronnie Cook was probably a little bit disappointed in the fact that things weren't going right for him, but now you look as if you've got him firing up properly.
Yeah, he's come good at the right time, that's for sure. But yeah, he's got that leg problem, but the leg's been good. So,
well, if he stands up, of course, you got a race panned out for him at Flemington.
Yeah, we'll probably want to run him that last day. I'm not sure what the race is called. I can't think of the top of my head now, but that last.
Worth a lot of money anyway.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right.
Okay, good on you, Jim. Thanks, Brian.
They're off. And who is going to lead early? It looks like Yobro narrowly. Century Boy moving up smartly. Nias is right up with the lead. Huntdale Magic and Ken Quest are not far away, followed by Waikikamuka. Wyvery getting back a little on the rails. And 3 to Lord Vader. It's Yobro a half on Nias as they race to the first corner. A length away third, Ken Quest, a horse off the fence. Huntdale Magic pulling and reefing, tossing his head around. He resents the slow speed. And Century Boy's caught out 3 wide, so K. Moses is going to have to go forward on him now. And as they work to the back of the track, the leader is Yobro, about 3/4 of a length on Nias. Century Boy still wide out from Huntdale Magic, a length to Ken Quest, and 2 to Wyvery, a length to Waikikamuka, and 4 further away is Lord Vader. Down the back of the course, leaving the 1200 behind them, and Yobro shows the way. 3/4 of a length on Nias, a length and a half away third, Huntdale Magic, Ken Quest in the middle, and Kevin Moses having no luck at all on Century Boy out in no man's land. Wyvery on the inside of Waikikamuka, and 2.5, 3 lengths Lord Vader. This is the order out of the back straight and travelling along to approach the 800, and it's Yobro in front, about a half length on Nias, a length to Century Boy, followed by the real roughie in the field. That's Huntdale Magic travelling inside of Ken Quest, who's being tracked by Waikikamuka. Wyvery second last, and 2.5 to Lord Vader. They're really starting to sprint coming to the corner as little Bradley Pengelly gives Yobro rein, and Yobro about a head to a neck clear on Nias. A length away third is Century Boy, who's done it awfully tough, followed by Ken Quest, and then Waikikamuka into the straight, and Nias raced up and headed off Yobro, a length to Century Boy. Waikikamuka, Lord Vader coming down the outside, and Ken Quest is trying to weave into the open from Wyvery. Nias the leader inside the 200. Ken Quest is finally seeing daylight, and Lord Vader is starting to whiz down the outside. Nias in front. Lord Vader's trying to get him, and then comes Ken Quest, but Nias is too good. And Nias 3/4 of a length on Lord Vader. Third was Ken Quest, followed by Wyvery. Further away, Waikikamuka dying on his run, followed by Yobro. Century Boy, by gosh, didn't he cover some ground? And he beat one in the rank outsider, Huntdale Magic.
7 Nias, 10.40, 2.30. Number 5, if Lord Vader to pay 160, and 4 Ken Quest to pay 170. About to move up at the Gold Coast for race number 7 on the program there. And the main ones on the Super Tab, 3 Totally Vain, 5.60, 3.30. Equal favourite with 9 Tidarogue, the sub at 5.60, 2.90. 12 Notice, 8.50 and $2.80. And number 6, A Little Too Sharp, 7.20 and 4.60. They're the ones under $10. And 916 Selections about to move up up there at the Gold Coast.
Slowly. That's 3.28 outside Bally for Lou's race record. The sectional time, the sprint at home pretty well at 34.02. And the winner is trained here by Kerry Jordan for S and Mrs. Ein Nye. A grey gelding 6 Nias by Gaius from Miss Millie. And Len Beasley continuing on his winning way. 4 winners at Wyong on Thursday. Lord Vader by Grosvenor from Lady Genesis, Lesbridge, J. Sheehan and Kenquest, Twigmoss, Better Than, Neville, Late Queenbee and John Marshall. The 4th went to number 6, and that was Wyvery. Well, Century Boy, he was in no man's land all the way, and we've been accustomed to seeing him leading, but obviously the instructions today were obviously not to lead under 57 kgs. Anyway, covered some ground.
He's out to 5.70.
Racing. Away they go in the final event. And Creating Havoc was very slow to get going. It's a clear last. And back there with it when they settle down now is Prince Trump. Estadad bounced quickly with Parketry, and on the inside Chirantessa, Cheviot Electronic, and over on the inside the Redmond when they start to settle section the centre further back Storm. Then Elko from Berserk, 2 for the back Peep on the Sly, Pratara's Bay. They're followed by Prince Trump, well back second to last Big Baron, and Creating Havoc is last of all. Around the top turn, 2,000 to go. Parketry took over. Cheviot going up on the outside second, Chirantessa back on the inside of Istadad, who's running 4th. They're followed by the Redmond, and out 3 deep Electronic going around them from section to centre. Alcove the fence further back, then Berserk, 3 deep Storm. 2 to Peep on the Sly inside Pratara's Bay. Then Prince Trump followed by Big Baron, and 2 to Creating Havoc last of all. 1,700 to go out of the straight. They go in the cup, and Electronic is moving up on the outside of Parketry. Cheviot back to 3rd, Chirantessa 4th. 2 for the back, Istadad running 5th on the outside there of the Red Man. 2 for the back in the race, running 7th at the moment would have been section Alcove the Rail. Then Berserk and Storm out 3 deep from Peep on the Sly, Pratara's Bay. Further back in the race, Prince Trump followed the outside by Big Baron, and 2 to the grade, the New Zealander Creating Havoc last of all. Around the turn at the 1,300 metre mark, and the leader is Parketry. Parketry nearly a length in front of Electronic, second, a length further back, Chirantessa 3rd. 1 further back in the race, Cheviot running 4th, a length into the Redmond 5th, 1.5 Istadad. On the fence, Alcove, 1 to Storm, 3 deep around section. Peep on the Slide bottled up on the inside of Berserk, and Pratara's Bay is out 3 deep. 2 for the back of the race, then Prince Trump on the outside of it, Big Baron, and last of all the Kiwi the Grey, and it's starting to make a little bit of ground, Creating Havoc. Around the turn at the 850 metre mark, and Electronic outside Parketry, a length into Chirantessa. Cheviot's had a nice run 4th. Istadad is back on the outside of the Redmond. Storm's been wide and putting in a run now. Pratara's Bay further back section. Alcove is locked away on the inside of the 700. 1.5 Peep on the Slide, Big Baron. Creating Havoc is starting a run very wide in a gap in the race. Prince Trump. Cheviot took over now. Istadad after it from Electronic. Then Pratara's Bay out deep from Storm. Further back then Parketry. Alcove with nowhere to go as they come off the back now. 500 to go. Cheviot the leader. Istadad striding up on the outside, a length Pratara's Bay. Then the Redmond in a gap in the race to section. On the turn they race now, and on the outside Istadad has gone up now to Cheviot. A length further back the grey Pratara's Bay. The import took the lead now. Istadad at the 150 from Pratara's Bay. It's Istadad a neck in front. Pratara's Bay on the outside. Istadad and Pratara's Bay. Pratara's Bay getting to Istadad, who fights Istadad. I reckon Istadad a nose Pratara's Bay. A length away, 3rd in the race Cheviot. Then section further back in the race, then Peep on the Sly. They're followed back behind those by the Redmond, Berserk and Storm. Creating Havoc out deep, followed by Alcove. Further back in the race, Big Baron, Electronic, Chirantessa. Then Parketry, and near the tail is Prince Trump. It's a photo.
And the double if Istadad gets it, 59.30.
Number 12, Istadad, 460 and 190. Over 8, Pratara's Bay gets it, $11.70. $3, 3 Cheviot, 340.
Okay, close go. 12 Istadad looks to have got home. 450, 190 over 8. Pratara's Bay, $3.40, and 3 Cheviot to pay $3.
Number 3 Cheviot 3rd, 12, 8 and 3. 12, 8 and 3 after the photo in the final event today. The import here, Istadad, getting a lovely run all the way, and it's just nosed out Pratara's Bay the Grey, and 3rd to number 3 Cheviot, 12, 8 and 3 in the last race on the card. A little bit of class for him today in this race. A horse who's placed a classic cliche in the St Ledger in the UK, had a lovely run. Pratara's Bay came at him, almost got on terms, but he put his big nose out, this son of Chief's Crown. Istadad, and Hawley's got him home to notch a double, heavily backed in the last, and he's beaten Pratara's Bay and 3rd, number 3 Cheviot.
All from Melbourne, shortly, and you.
This is Triple S, the Good Sports.